Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A. For today's video, I'm at Walmart. It's the middle of March and I'm checking out their plant inventory. First up, we have some Dusty Millers. These guys are doing really well in the cooler temperatures. These were going to be $1.76. They are an annual and they are the Expert Gardener brand. Have quite a few of these. These are really good in containers. Next up, we have Dianthus. This Dianthus here, it just says Dianthus, it just says annual. And it is $1.76. It's a nice purple, deep purple in the middle, and then a very faint lavender on the outer petals. These are going to be in 1 pint, I believe. Yes, 1 pint. Next up, we have some things that you probably saw before, but these are going to be violas and pansies. Specifically, these are violas. These ones, the difference between a pansy and a viola is that the pansies, their petals are much smaller, and they actually take a little bit more of the cold weather, even though both of them do really well, even in the spring and the winter. So you have a really nice colorful one here, and then you have a really nice deep bluey purple. Right next to that, we have some pansies. The pansies, you can see the petals are much bigger here, and these are white, and these are in a 4-pack. These are going to be $2.97. Now, for pansies and violas, they will burn out for us here in Georgia once it starts getting hot. I find my pansies start going downhill in June, but sometimes I pull it before because I want to make space for something else that's gonna, be more beautiful or actually bloom later on in the season. But they do well for us as long as the temperatures stay really nice and cool. But once it starts heating up, then they start bolting and becoming leggy and not as beautiful. Next up, we have some cyclamen. I see these all the time at all the stores, but for some reason I just never buy them. I just never got into cyclamens. These are going to be $4.97 here at Walmart, and this is in a quart, and they have this really nice fuchsia pink. Right next to that, we have some geranium. This is called Regal geranium. Regal geranium is going to be $9.97, and that's what it looks like. They have a perennial geranium, but this particular one here is an annual. And I don't really buy geraniums, but this one here is a full sun plant. It's an annual, like I said, and it's $9.97. Also over here, even more beautiful pansies. Now, you might not like them because they're annuals, or you might like them because they're too short, or whatever the reason is. But I think with pansies, these guys are really tough. You can see pansies blooming even when you have a foot of snow, because they really can take the cold, them and violas. So there's a really nice purpley yellow here. Kind of gives you an idea if you want to mass plant them, what colors go well together. And of course, yellow and blue go well together, and yellow and purple. So you can see a really nice purple and white color here, and then they have them even in window boxes, so you don't have to worry. They actually already have them in something that's shaped like a window box, or like in a little container here. Next up, we have sedums. This particular one here is Sun Sparkler Lime Zinger, and this is $5.97. This is in a quart. This is the Better Homes and Garden brand, which is what you usually see at Walmart. I love sedums. They are pretty tough, even though they look kind of dainty and they break off really easily. They are quite tough. Right next to that, we have some English daisies. English daisies are really cute. They don't grow that tall, and they have this really nice pink and this white and this really nice fuchsia pink color. These are going to be in, let's see, this is in a quart. This one here is $4.97, and it says multicolor bellis. Let me know if you have English daisies. I've seen them at other places, but I never really buy them because I don't know what use I could have for them in my yard, but I cannot deny the fact that they're beautiful and they have a whole bunch of them in the store. Right next to that, we have some creeping phlox. I don't have any creeping phlox in my yard, but I do have the garden phlox. This particular one here, it just says purple creeping phlox. It's $4.97. And this is what it looks like. Really nice faint purple blooms. And next to that, they have another type of creeping phlox. This one is more of a pinky red. Both are going to be $4.97. You might have seen these guys in my earlier video in February. These are hyacinths. These are bulbs that they charge you just to have one bulb in here, and it says hyacinth, and they have it color coded. So you'll have a purple in a purple pot, you'll have a pink in a pink pot. These are going to be $2.97. These grow really, really well for me here in Georgia. They do come back. The only one that doesn't really come back that well is tulips, and I'm kind of giving up on tulips because not only don't they come back, the critters in my yard, they love tulips and they eat them all the time. So I don't plant tulips, but I do have grape hyacinths in my yard. These are not, I don't know if these are actually grape hyacinths. It just says purple hyacinth. And then right next to that are the famous tulips. I absolutely adore tulips. I just wish that I could grow them, but I feel like it's going to be a waste of money if I even try to buy tulips because I'll just be feeding the critters, really. These are also $2.97, and then they also color-coded. They had a lot more tulips, but again, tulips are going to burn out for us early. Like, they come out really early and they're gone. So once it starts getting hot, tulips don't do well. And also, they don't really come back well for us here in Georgia. They look nice, so we treat them as an annual, but then they may or may not come back. Or when they do come back, they're going to be stunted. And even if they do come back and stunted, they're not going to bloom. That's just been my experience. Next up, we have a really nice container here of ground cover sedum. I always really like these. I just wish I had the space for it, a little area I can put it. Like, I need like a lot of them. If I can get this whole 6-pack here, there's nowhere in my yard I can plant it. But I can't deny the fact that this is absolutely gorgeous. It just says ground cover sedum. It's $9.97, and they have different types of sedum in here. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Also here you might have seen are some, what do you call it right here? This I think is jasmine. Yes, Asian jasmine. These have been here for quite a while. Nobody's really buying them. And then right next to that we have some other perennial ground covers sedum. You might have also seen these Hydrangeas in another video of mine, like last month, because I think with February last month they only had a couple of things, and in March they're really picking things up here. Also at the store, we have a shade combo. This is a combination of begonias, these beautiful yellow and purple, not purple, yellow and coral colored begonia. And then we have some creeping jenny. What else is in here? Okay, that's pretty much it. They have begonias and creeping jennies. And I actually like to make my own baskets. But this is a hanging basket that they're selling for $21.74, guys. And they have a whole bunch of them on this table. They also got some Kalanchoe here. This is $4.97. This one here is an annual, and it grows into part sun. I think a lot of things you see coming out right now are things that are okay with the part sun, because of course the inventory will change as the months go by because we're getting hotter and hotter. But these are really nice. I've put them in containers already, but I haven't bought them in quite a while. But they are really nice. I like their fleshy leaves, and I like the colors because you have different type of colors that this comes in. Even though they only seem to have the orange one here, there are many different colors that this can come in too. You might have also seen these, but these are the ready-fill version of those same creeping sedum, because This is more like in a plastic container. So what you do is that if you have a small little container, or if you can put more than one in the container and just drop it in your fancy container, then you don't have to worry about planting these. Now, I don't have the sun or the space for this, or else that's what the route that I would go when it comes to these sedums. This is a beautiful, oh, look at this tulip, guys. Oh, really nice. Too bad I can't have it in my yard. This is also a ready fill that it says container made easy, and they just have a bunch of stuff in the container. You just drop it into your nice fancy container. So for this one, they had a nice set of daffodils in the center, and they had some hyacinths, and then they had some tulips. But they are kind of on their last leg here because we are in the middle of March, and then they're probably going to tap out probably in middle of April. They've also got some hanging baskets of pansies. Now, the thing that I notice every year is that they always seem to have a lot of pansies this year because people are not gardening. I mean, I garden all year round, but sometimes, even though we have great temperatures, people are not out there January and February and working in their yards sometimes. So these kind of stay in the store, and people don't really buy them, and then they become really ratty, and then they have to throw them away. But they are still good, guys. They're an annual, but they are still good for us in 7A and 7B, at least up to the end of May. These are going to be $9.97, and again, it's the Expert Gardener brand. They've got a whole table of ferns. This one just says annual fern. I don't know if it's a Boston or a Kimberly, but it just says Expert Gardener annual ferns, and it is a part sun plant, which means that 3 to 6 hours is enough to make it get by. It is going to be $14.98, and this is also in a hanging basket. Not a bad price, because these ferns, when you see them at Home Depot and Lowe's, they're going to be $20 unless they have them on sale. But normally these are going to be $14.98 here at Walmart. They've got a bunch of tomato cages. If you're looking, we as gardeners, we all need this for something. And they have them here at Walmart. They have the really nice silvery one and wire, and then they have that green one. It all depends on what your aesthetic is. They've got some nice wheelbarrows here. I actually do need another wheelbarrow, but these wheelbarrows are $60, guys. I actually came here the other day and I saw the guy putting these together. Like, he sat there and he just like was zzz, and pretty much put all these things together. But they're going to be $59 for the Expert Gardener brand. And I don't know the difference, because here we have one with more of a brown woody handle, and then here we have they painted it green and they give it a more sturdy handle. So this one is probably going to be more than $59, but I don't know that for sure because I don't see a price here other than the $59. Here's a hanging basket with violas, and as you can see with violas, the petals are smaller, but they both them and pansies have these really nice smiley faces. This is also going to be $9.97. They are starting to bring in their edible plants. So here first we have strawberries. This is the Bonnie Plants brand. This is going to be $13.88, and looks like there are probably 3 or 4 strawberries in here. Next to that, they have spinach. They have Swiss chard. So these are going to be $5.94 for. Okay, so how much? They have 6 of these in this container here. So 6 of the starter plants are going to be $5.94. Oh, they have kale here, $5.94. This one is lacinato or lacinato kale. They've got curly kale. They've got butter crunch lettuce. And they've got arugula. I love arugula. Needs to be watered though. Right below that we have some romaine leaf lettuce. And next up we have some, this looks like it's gonna be, oh, collards, cabbage collards, $5.94. Further up is another type of collard. And then we have Morris heating cabbage collards. Oh. I actually don't like collard greens, guys. That's the one vegetable I don't like. For whatever reason, it just doesn't get me. Ooh, rutabaga. I haven't seen that in a store. More collards. They have a lot of collard greens, guys. And then they have cauliflower. All of these are going to be in a 6-pack for $5.94. Broccoli. They have Lieutenant broccoli. And then further down, they have even more Lieutenant broccoli. And then here we have Ruby Perfection. This is a red cabbage. This one says Bonnie's Best Cabbage. They need to be watered, guys. I'm surprised that they are already needing to be watered because they just got here. So maybe they're on the truck for a while and they haven't, ever since they put these out, they probably haven't watered them. But here we have Bonnie's Best Cabbage again. Flat Dutch cabbage here. A lot of flat Dutch cabbages that they have. As you know, I plant directly, I seed directly into my soil that I'm going to plant. I always wait until my last frost date to plant. But if you don't like, planting seeds and you like starter plants, then this is the way you probably should go if you can't wait for seeds to germinate, or if you don't have the space to have seeds grow earlier on in the season. Here we have more strawberries. These are $5.98 per pot, and this is the Bonnie brand, so you have the whole fancy name, which means you're going to pay more for just one plant. They've got some flat Italian parsley. This is $4.68 each in that same type of cup. Curled parsley. They've got Italian oregano. Love oregano. Love oregano in spaghetti. Love oregano, period. I think it adds a completely different flavor to the food. Here we have sage. Garden sage. Looks nice and healthy. Here we also have Greek oregano. I always buy the Italian oregano. I don't know the difference between the Greek and the taste wise. If I don't know the difference, but either way, I only buy the Italian one. More Greek oregano and thyme, one of my favorite herbs. This guy here is absolutely delicious. I love English thyme. More Greek oregano. And possibly my favorite herb is cilantro, because you can just do so much with cilantro. Next up we have lavender. Never really used lavender in cooking or anything or baking, but apparently you can enjoy cut sprigs of fragrant foliage and blooms used for potpourri, bacon, or in tea. Next up we have spearmint, yerba buena, popular for tea, mojitos, lemonades, sweet fragrance, spreading plant, is great for containers. Next we have sweet mint, vigorous plant with big leaves for drinks and recipes. Right next to that we have chives. Tidy clumps of onion-flavored leaves and blooms, frost-tolerant, great for potatoes or eggs. And then we have dill. This one here looks like it goes good with a cucumber sandwich. This one is a prolific producer with great garden performance. Delicious, distinctive culinary complement used in many dishes. Then we have rosemary. This is $5.98. Rosemary is pretty, upright shrub, popular in Greek dishes, used with chicken, lamb, oils, dips, great for containers. sweet basil, known for its wonderful aroma and flavor, a must for Italian dishes. Protect from the frost, which means that it will be no good once we get down to the 30s. And then they pretty much have the same Greek, Italian oregano, more rosemary, and even more sweet basil. They've also got a table here with hydrangeas. This one says gifts in bloom. So you can just buy it like for your mother-in-law or your sister or whoever. And then you gift it to them. You don't have to wrap anything. It's pretty much like already wrapped. It is $14.97. This one here, you can see that really nice purple and blue foliage. Flowers, and then it's really nice foliage. And then they also have some cyclamens in pots. These are the ones, I believe they force them, so these might not be able. Let me see if I can figure out if they can go outside after they're done. Filtered indirect light, indoor temperature 60 to 65. So this is probably something you want to keep inside the house. Also over here, they have another little table where they have a little mix. Now, I don't really know indoor plants too much, but they have them out here for whatever reason. But I think, I don't know if this is a spider plant. This might be Kalanchoe. This might be the polka dot plant. This is definitely this is an ivy here. And they kind of put it together so you don't have to worry about figuring out how, if you don't want to make your own containers and you just want to buy something already ready made, then you can just buy these here. I know you probably saw my rose video, but they still have a lot of roses, guys. They still do. They have a lot of climbing roses. They still have the CL Hot and Spicy. They have CL Blaze. They have CL Lavender Crush. They have CL Golden Showers. They have CL America. They also have a lot of the True Bloom brand. So they have the True Passion, True Serenity, True Sincerity. These ones here are going to be $12.84 for the True Bloom. And for the Expert Gardener brand, it's going to be $9.97. I pretty much got one of each. That day when I did that video, I picked up a lot of stuff. I picked up Tiffany, I picked up Euphoria, I picked up Soul Desire, all types of stuff that I picked up, but I still have to plant in the yard, guys. But if you're still looking for bare root roses, you should check out your Walmart. They should have them by now. Finally, guys, they have some soil mixes and some other gardening materials. First up, we have the Whitney Farms Organic Raised Bed Mix. This is going to be $9.97 if you're looking for bagged soil. They also have peat moss. Peat moss is going to be $15.48. And this one here, it says it's 2.2 cubic feet. Also here, they have a $6.97 for this guy here. This is a sustainable compost. And then they have Pro Mix. This is a compressed pack of a mix you can use. It's organic. I've tried it and I feel like it has too much peat moss in it because it really hardened up some of my containers, and I found myself having to water and water and water and water. But it is organic if you're looking for that. Again, it's called Pro Mix, and it is an organic garden mix, and it says it's 2 bags of 1 cubic feet. Next up, we have some Miracle Grow potting mix. This one is going to be $11.97. I always wonder why Miracle Grow is so expensive. But either way, people love Miracle Grow. I don't use Miracle Grow products, but people swear by them, that they give you really great flowers and they have no problem with them. With me, I feel like my Miracle Grow, it seems to have a lot of gnats and a lot of like little things swirling around in it when I buy it. And I kind of stopped that like 4 years ago, pretty much. And then they have so that's the blue bag for pretty much, looks like it's mostly for flowers. And then they have even bigger one here is, this one is another type of potting mix. If I come to Walmart and I buy a potting mix, I usually buy this one here. But you guys know my favorite potting mix is the Kellogg organic one in that yellow bag at Home Depot. But that price is going, every time you go around, that thing is going up. But a secondary for me is the Expert Gardener potting mix for potting plants, and it does well for me. And as you can see, they're pretty much gone. There's literally 3 bags, and the bags are pretty much busted, so I won't buy those. But I'm waiting for them to kind of restock. More Miracle Grow. And then they have the one for indoor plants right here in a smaller bag. And these are going to be for $12.47. On top here, they have the smaller bags. Again, they have orchid potting mix. They have moisture control. They say this one is premium. And then they have peat moss and all kinds of stuff they have here. They even have this guy here which is straw. It says 99% stick free, thanks to Pure Pine technology. This one here is clean straw, natural long leaf pine needles. If you use pine straw for your garden, it's here at Walmart for $14.97. They also have some shepherd hook. They have different sizes. So here's a very short one here. And this one just says it's going to be, let me see, steel shepherd hook. I can't see the size of it. It says 9.94 inches wide by 47.63 in height. And then this one is 78 inches in height. And then that one up there is 83 inches in height. So it all depends on what size you want. They have them here at Walmart. They also have an arched trellis. This is great for vining vegetables, fruits, and small flowers. I might come back and get these because I bought a bunch of climbing roses, and I also am planting cucumbers and squashes and stuff, and those vine. These, I don't know what the price is for these. It doesn't actually say, but they are here if you're looking for trellises. So that's one different design. And then they have this diamond trellis here. And then they have this chevron trellis here. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for today's video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you see something that you like, or let me know if your Walmart started to have inventory for March. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.